welcome to Miranda Pitrone Art. I'm just searching through my color palettes for some cherry blossom colors here, and then we'll get started. I'm thinking maybe pinks and browns or greens. Alright, so I did get a little bit carried away with all the colors that I chose, and I didn't choose them all beforehand. When I looked at the color palettes, I was thinking that other one. But then as I got going, I just kept on grabbing more and more pinks. And of course I had to throw in some metallics, so the pink tourmaline and the berry, those are going to come into play as well. So don't stress if you don't have all these paint colors. You could just use the pinks in kind of like an ombre, dark to light type. And then I only used 2 greens for my leaves. So you will be able to do this, I promise, and it'll just be a little different in colors. Like I said, I just got a little bit carried away in grabbing paints off my shelves. So I have this lovely stone here from Capcouriers. That's one of the flat white stones. Got nice sparkles in it. And I have just painted a circle here for my background that is 3 inches in diameter. I used a compass so it would be even, and then for my center circle, I just did a circle in the center here. So my first color is Berry Cobbler. And I'm using brushes from Arteza. This is a spot brush. They're nice soft bristles, and you can just paint your center circle here. And then with that same berry color, this is the Angle Spot Detailer brush, size 10. I'm just going to do 6 larger dots here to start off our mandala pattern. Alright, some Dazzling metallics. This one is berry. I love it. Nice and thick and rich. It makes nice dots. Again, this is the Angle Spot Detailer brush. So if you were doing this with dotting tools, it would probably be the largest one, the green. It's about a 3mm dot. And as always, I'll post all the links for things I used in the description if you're interested. Okay, some Royal Fuchsia. Still the Angle Spot Detailer. I'm going to go a little smaller dots here. So when you're going smaller dots, I'm just putting way less paint on the brush and not pushing hard at all. For the larger dots, I push down hard. I'm actually painting a circle. Do I want to do rounded petals or point? Now that I got here, I think I've decided I'll do pointy instead. So the top would do a little bit larger and then smaller down the sides, and that'll start to kind of create that pointed petal look. So I'm going to get rid of that other one. There we go. So I just painted black over it. So larger at the top, work your way around the sides. And this is with the Royal Fuchsia. I have to say it was so good to get some time into paint with everything that's going on nowadays. I thought I'd actually have more time, but turns out, you know, homeschooling from 8 to 4 and college courses and all that is quite time consuming, and then a 3-year-old running around. So I hope you're all doing well. It's nice to interact with you all and see you on Facebook and Instagram and say hi in the comments. Speaking of which, I have this new camera angle now where I'm showing the side and from the top. So I'm looking to get feedback on that from y'all. If you could leave in the comments what you think about that. Some people in the past have said they found it distracting. But I had a couple times where I asked what angle you guys like better, and a lot of you said from the top and a lot of you said from the side, like 50-50. So I'm trying both at the same time to see if that benefits us all. the best of both worlds here. Like I always say, I'm forever a work in progress. All right, grab some Peony Pink here. I'm just going to go a little bit bigger. And I like to change up how I do it every now and then, just putting the dots down. Sometimes you can do the right side and the left side like I did initially, but these ones, you know, I'm just kind of working the spiral pattern, but then I'll just go back and do the other side. Sometimes, you know, I like to break up doing the same monotony of the same direction all the time. Or you get in a rhythm of doing that same direction, and then you can do the other direction all at once as well. So just depends on what you're comfortable with. But you can see also that gives birth to a rise of other designs. So spirals and the fireworks that I've done in the past, you know, that it stemmed just from experimentation, basically. All right, I think I'm just going to do one row of that peony. And now with the white, we'll go down one side. So I'm just grabbing bunches of different whites and pinks just because that's a cherry blossom, right? There's all different kinds of cherry blossoms, and that was my inspiration. Spring, our magnolia flowers are out on the trees around here. They're just gorgeous. I just needed a little bit of spring. And down the other side, let's go pink instead. Let's change it up here with some baby pink. You can't see it as well from the video, but trust me, it's pink. Just really, really light. But again, it's the same. I just like to experiment, change up the designs and colors. So you could use brushes with the extreme sheen, but I've found these acrylic rods, I'm not a huge fan of them yet. I'm practicing with them, see how stringy this is. But I'm finding that to put the extreme sheen down, it helps to just kind of use these rods and push down hard, so it kind of helps you break the strand of paint that comes up with it. Now that sounds weird, but from the side angle you can see that when I push down and you pull up, there's that string of paint. And for some reason it doesn't want to come off my brushes when I do that, so it just looks messy. So I'm gonna probably be using these rods for my extreme sheens for a bit, just because that seems to be working out pretty decent. And you saw in the center, you can just paint a circle with the brushes. It's just this type of paint being thicker. All right. So this one is a multi-surface. It is a little bit thicker, but I love this flamingo pink. Oh, it's rich and bright. And we'll just put two little dots at the base of each of those larger ones that we put here with the pink tourmaline. Back to the baby pink. Let's just do 2 rows down either side of the large dot to meet that flamingo dot that we just put down. And you can see how many dots I actually can put down without reapplying the paint, which is one of the reasons I really love brushes. Sometimes you just want to make something in a little amount of time and not keep going back to the palette. See how you're getting that spiral effect? You could stem off, branch off, and do a whole nother design just by going down one side. You can change up your design on a mandala so easily by just adding different things. So now I have the royal fuchsia here, and I'm doing swipes down the other side of the large tourmaline dot. And just pushing down a little bit with the spot detailer, and then you let up for a little tail at the end. And now watermelon slice will go the opposite direction, just to kind of even out the spacing on this element. And again, don't feel rushed, just push down hard, bring it around, and then lift up at the end. If you're using dotting tools, it's the same idea. You don't have to worry about pressure. You just dip it, drag it until the paint comes out into the small tail. Back to the Peony Pink. And we'll just kind of close off our petals here on both sides. But I'm going to do or go down around on one side first, and then we'll close it off on the other side as well, just to kind of finish off each of these petals. And then we'll probably just do some lighter swipes of lighter pinks for the outer edge. You guys are doing great. Isn't this fun? So I know I've mentioned it in a couple of the past videos, but just a reminder, if you want to keep these videos coming, then keep YouTube playing them by commenting and engaging, because if there's no engagement on videos, or if people are shutting them off, you know, after a couple minutes, then YouTube stops showing them and suggesting them. Or if you want to see my videos whenever I post them, just hit subscribe and the bell and you'll get a notification. Alright, let's do some baby pink swipes here. And I know I'm going off my circle, I want to kind of blend out that background being there, as if it wasn't there. I like the black contrast for the background because it really helps lighter colors like pinks show up on the white stones, but it's also just my personal preference. If you want to go all pastel on the white stones, it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's just not my preference. Alright, this cotton candy I know is a little peachy, kind of, but I needed a little bit of a different color to just finish off the other side of my petal. And again, it's all just me. I just pick and choose and grab and go. It's just go with the flow of your little art adventure here. But the design is simplistic enough. You could do it in any color, really. Alright. I'm grabbing my round brush and doing some Kelly green here. It looks a little bit darker if I'm looking at the screen, but we're going to do a larger dot and two smaller ones on either side. And these are just kind of representing the leaves and the cherry blossoms, but also to hide the rest of that background circle. And these ones too, I kind of want the leaf to blend together, so I'm not separating the dots as much and doing kind of a wet blend of the dots hitting each other. Same, I'm going to just go right on here with the lighter green of the bright green, and I want them to kind of melt into one another, kind of like a mosaic almost, so that they just melt into one another for the leaves. And there you have your little flower today, our cherry blossom. Super excited how this came out. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in the future. I hope this was fun for you, and say hi. Take care.